The level of fervor and passion in Boston is what you'd expect. It's the city of champions, whether it's the Patriots or the Celtics or the Bruins. These fans know how to get after it and support their team. They're all fired up and waiting for the start of Game 1. We welcome in Bobby Farrelly, a writer-director who knows all about big hits. This season's been a big hit for both these teams, but the first thing he did when he sat down was look at Weeksy and say, I'm a goalie too. You two take it away.
You're a member of the union. You're a card-carrying member.
Well, the difference is you're a good goalie. I was an okay goalie, but I was a goalie.
Listen, once a goalie, always a goalie, so we're not going to underplay that. But what drew you to the position? For me, it was the mask and it was the equipment, but what about for you?
When I grew up, I played catcher in Little League, and we had the same coach in hockey, and he said, hey, why don't you play goal? And when I get in there, I loved it.
My man.
Nice. You are exceptional. We appreciate your modesty about being a goalie, but in showbiz, the number of hits you've had, and big hits, remarkable. What are you most proud of, all the movies you've been a part of?
Well, I think, right out of the gate, we did Dumb and Dumber, and that was so much fun. And it was fun also as a Bruins fan, because we had Mr.
Cam Neely.
Kick his derriere, Seabass.
Seabass. Are you going to be meeting Seabass here for a beer maybe or something?
Well, I think I'm going to leave him alone tonight. But I've maintained a good friendship with Cam, and he's a great man. And look what he's done with the program.
Amazing.
I'll tell you one thing. We often refer to Lloyd on set.
All the time.
So if one of us does something and we drop something or
all the time,
we miss a word, you'll hear us say Lloyd, and that's an homage to you in the film.
It is.
Absolutely.
Yep. Changed our lives.
Thank you.
Well, we have, you just mentioned, having Cam Neely in your movies, and there's Roger Clemens. How do you go about this? You're just a big sports fan, and you got your guys that you like that you think would be cool, or do they reach out to you? How does that work?
The first movie we made was Dumb and Dumber, and as we were describing this character, Seabass, we kept saying, no, like a big Cam Neely type, like a big guy that you wouldn't want to tangle with. And guys are coming in, we're like, no. And then we thought, what about Cam Neely?
That's awesome.
So he can't act. Well, we'll get a performance out of him. Well, we did. He was great.
What about Roger Clemens? Help us understand what he was like. I've had the chance to meet him. He was really impressive interpersonally. What was he like to direct and work with?
We've worked with a lot of actors who, athletes who became actors. I think he's the most talented.
Wow.
Natural actor.
Wow.
Yeah, just totally comfortable in front of the camera, and he was really actually very good. I'd like to work with him again.
Nice.
That's big time.
That's a huge endorsement right there. What is it about the screen, the big screen? What drew you to the screen and to writing?
My brother and I stunk at everything else. Like we were just, we grew up. I went to RPI.
Yep.
Played hockey there. And my brother Pete went to Providence College, studied accounting. I studied geology. It's like neither of us were very good at it. We moved to California. We were young enough we could try it, and we became filmmakers. And,
wow.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
It's
you
incredible.
mentioned growing up. You knew Brian Lawton growing up. He's a beauty. Has he been a beauty his whole life?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was. He actually grew up about a mile or two down the road from us. And as you know, he came right out of high school hockey in Rhode Island and
Number
went
one
into the
pick in
pros.
the draft. Yeah.
I think it was the first American
83,
ever.
yes.
Draft. So, yeah, we love Brian. Good man.
Very entertaining, too, to be around. Last thing for you. When you look at this Boston Bruins team, and you have an appreciation, obviously, for drama, and you look at the team they're playing against, they were last in the league January 3rd.
Yeah.
I'm sure you appreciate what the Blues have done to get here.
I do appreciate an underdog, and I got to give St. Louis a lot of credit. I give St. Louis fans a lot of credit, too. There's a lot of them floating around here tonight. So I give them credit. It's Memorial Day. It's a great day. We're honoring our fallen heroes all over the country, and I think we're going in for a great series, and I'm very, very pumped.
We were thrilled to be able to visit with you. Rupper, you got some more?
I got to ask you, Bobby, while we have you here, what was it like with Jim Carrey, working with Jim Carrey?
Jim was a goalie.
What?
He's
Jim
from Toronto,
Carrey
too.
was a goalie growing up. And
Really?
You've never seen anyone
and Keanu, too.
more flexible than him. I mean, he can. I'll bet he was. I never saw him play, but I'll bet he was great because he's great at whatever he does.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, he's gifted. So we love Jim.
I got a question that's out of the box, Tone.
Do it.
We got a lot of our different young girls and boys that play the position or play hockey in general or love the game, but a lot of them love film. What's your best piece of advice that you can pass along to a lot of the young girls and boys that might be aspiring to have a career? in show business?
Well, you know, it's never been a better time to get into show business because it's wide open now. They're looking for people with new ideas and, you know, coming from different viewpoints and all. And so I would say just tell your own story. Tell. In Dumb and Dumber was unfortunately our story.
That's amazing.
Like, well, we grew up laughing and joking and being dopes, and we made a movie about it.
Did you wear tuxes like that? Not that I've seen the movie 38 times.
I didn't. That was my tux at the high school prom.
Are you serious?
No way.
The blue one.
That's
Of course, the powder blue. Love
Bobby
it.
Farrelly.
That's
So
amazing.
Just tell your own story. That's what I'd say.
That's great insight.
Before I leave, I got to say this. You know, here in we love Tuca.
Yeah.
And the local broadcasters love to say Tuca, 2 U's, 2 K's, 2 points.
Yes.
When I was in college playing, it was 2 goals, 2 shots, 2 goals, to the bench. That was it.
So listen, here's the thing.
That's amazing.
What's unique, though, is now you're still a card-carrying lifetime member of the goalie union.
Yep.
And you're one of the best writer directors out there in the planet.
phenomenal.
So that's a great double right there.
Thanks, guys.
How about those two?
I love it. I love hockey. I love the NHL. And I particularly love this year. I think it's really exciting to see the Bruins back and an underdog team like St. Louis that was at the bottom of the barrel
Yes, they were.
halfway through the season, and now they're on fire. And they got the goalie coming up. I always say beware of the goalie coming out of the AHL or the backup goalie because he's on fire. They're winning for a reason. He's seeing the puck so clearly. It's going to be a great series.
Well said. Enjoy game 1. It was great visiting with you.
Thanks, guys.